New research out of Virginia Tech yields surprising results.
A piece of sports equipment with outstanding results in preventing head injuries.
Higher-ranked models reduce impact forces by more than 50% and reduce concussion risk by more than 70%.
That's a big deal.
Halo headgear proven to be more effective in curbing concussions amongst soccer athletes.
The headband fortified with Kevlar. That's the same stuff they use in bulletproof vests.
Throughout the World Cup, it was, I think, a lucky charm.
We protect our shins with shin guards. Why not protect our heads? It is awesome.
I'm always hitting the ground, and if I'm diving, I could hit my head on the post, and breakaways, I could collide with another player.
I can't tell you the number of times, we'll be in a game and you'll see a girl and her head will go down and hit the turf and she'll pop back up. She readjusts her headband, she looks around and she keeps playing, and you're like, oh wow, that just happened.
We play tons of teams that don't wear them, and we're always the ones winning the balls.
In 3 years, we have had one soccer-related concussion. I consider that a huge success.
The National Federation of State High School Association says right now it is up to the player whether he or she wants to wear headgear. The headbands are available at most sporting goods stores at an average of about $50.
This dummy is about to have a bad day. Its job is to take a beating, just like humans do on the sports field. Mike Forster's job is to make sure they can handle it.
We're going to try to keep that impact from being so severe and keep them possibly on the field for the next game or for the rest of that game.
Mike runs the R&D lab at UnEqual Technologies in Philadelphia. They started off making military gear protecting soldiers from shrapnel, but then realized athletes could benefit too.
This would be our sports material, coated in green. This would be a sample of some of our ballistic coatings. This is how it comes to us.
These are aramid fibers, like Kevlar. What the team at UnEqual does is apply a special coating, top secret of course, which gives the fibers superpowers.
It's very malleable, it doesn't tear, it's flexible, we can adhere it to some of our foams and other protective pieces that make up a protective piece of equipment.
And it's lightweight. Just 2 layers of UnEqual's material gives the same protection as 12 layers untreated. To prove it, Mike brings out the big guns.
Look at that. It bounced. It didn't even penetrate. It bounced straight off. That's 2 layers, 1,171 feet per second.
Athletes don't typically have to deal with shrapnel, but they do have to deal with massive forces.
For us, it was a natural progression. It was an easy jump. Projectile is a projectile, whether it's a ballistic projectile or if it's a baseball.
He's put his special fibers into sports gear, and today, he's going to see just how much energy their latest creation can absorb. Which brings us back to this poor dummy head.
This is the KDX air cannon. This simulates baseballs getting thrown at a head form.
The average speed of a fastball thrown by a major league pitcher is 148 kilometers an hour. Coming off a bat, a ball can be going anywhere from 160 to 190 kilometers an hour. And if that ball hits a player in the head, that's big trouble.
The big thing that grabs everybody's attention is the head trauma, concussions. What we're going to set up right now is a control model. So basically it's going to establish our baseline.
This air cannon is pitching the ball at a leisurely 100 kilometers an hour. Enough to register 251 Gs on this unprotected head. For reference, a car crash is around 100 Gs.
You're definitely going to be hospitalized. You could have permanent brain damage. You could lose the ability to speak. You could lose the ability to see. There's a list of what could happen. This is one of our new prototypes for protecting pitchers on the mound with the ability to wear their baseball cap and be undetected. This is our uncap. It has all our patent material. Inside is a liner, and we're going to fire some shots at it and try to see what that reduction in SI is.
The severity index, or SI, is an equation that Mike uses to determine how effective his gear is at absorbing energy. It not only looks at G-forces absorbed by the head, but also how quickly those forces change. Anything over 1,000 is considered to be a severe head injury.
We reduced the severity index from 1169 to a 425, which is dramatic. That's game-changing, that's life-saving.
But that's just the front of the head. Mike really wants to put this dummy through the ringer.
We just did a front impact test. Now we're going to slightly rotate the head to a front boss.
Unprotected, the front boss shot had a severity index of 901. With the uncap on, that number dropped to 214. But Mike still wants one more test.
What I want to do is set up a side impact now. We'll start with the control and go on to the actual product. High number. We're at a 2981 on severity index on that side impact. That's death.
That's without protection. With protection,
did it 772. Dramatic, dramatic, dramatic. It went from a 2981 to a 772. That's life-saving at that point. We obviously want to get the number down as low as possible. We're never satisfied on UnEqual. That's why we test. That's why we're here, and that's why we keep doing what we do.
these numbers are promising. Mike's magic materials may have the power to take the consequence of these impacts from severe injury to slight nuisance. It's no wonder that professional athletes like World Cup champion Ali Krieger are starting to call up and request this technology in their gear.
We get contacted on a daily basis from high-end athletes across the gamut of sports. I take a great sense of pride in it because, it's got my stamp on it.